Hey everybody, it's Ryan again from EHS Concepts, and another thing that I want to discuss about that I've talked recently about. This is my pond. You might catch some blow-ups. Just threw some feed in there. I like to come out and just hang out sometimes and just enjoy again my pond. Love it. So in recent events, a lot of people have asked about onboarding and retention of the workforce. And it's something that your EHS team should be able to handle, or your EHS consultant. Hopefully they're able to talk to site leadership or HR, because there's a lot of things that happen that a lot of people don't understand that environmental health and safety actually do with the touch points. We don't talk about touch points a lot in, say, business, other than, say, restaurant work and stuff like that. But there's touch points out there that you're touching. Not only you're not physically touching, but you're touching on when you're onboarding and ultimately having retention. It's the things that you're doing, the things that you're training to, your mission, visions, and values, if that's there. And if you're not really living up to those, you got to get your act straight. You really do. Because again, sometimes you have the strategy, but you don't have the culture, and you really need to figure out how you can get that culture. And a lot of that does reflect from your EHS team. I'm going to tell you, they're everywhere. No, if you got 19 different divisions, your EHS team is touching them all. That's just how it is. So you really need to make sure you have a good quality EHS. Whether they're a coordinator, manager, director, even the VP, they really got to know the way of connecting with humans. They really got to know how to talk to people at a human level, and not be a safety cop. Those. I have to know rules and regulations. They call it chapter and verse of OSHA and DOT, EPA, and the like. But really, you need somebody that knows how to talk to somebody as a human being, and that, I think, that gets missed out a lot. And to me, EHS, SHE, HES, however you want to say it, the environmental health and safety industry really needs to be more focused on the people approach and what makes humans tick. You can give me all the rules and regulations, doesn't mean I'm going to obey them. People speed, right? They do, right? Is that a new thing if you didn't know? Well, people do speed, and there's a speed limit, right? So they speed. So the black and white rules and regulations, it's not a motivation tool at all. It doesn't make anybody work safe. It doesn't make anybody drive safe. They don't. So the point for this is just to have that brief discussion. Onboarding and retention. How do you do it? Well, you better have a good program and process in place for onboarding. That takes several steps, and I might cover that in the next video and really go down deep into it, get back in my office and really hammer that, maybe put up some slides and stuff and show some of that. Then the retention aspect. What makes people leave usually is bad communication or misconceptions or misdirection. And of course, there's always the bad leadership, the bad management that happens, which unfortunately shouldn't happen, but it does. So if you're really looking at retention in the workforce, it's not usually always about money. It can be, of course. We all want to make more money. But to me, the biggest issue usually lies in how people are treated, how people are valued or undervalued, as the case may be. So sometimes you just got to have that personal interaction. And if you're a CEO, if you're an executive, you really need to make sure that you're having those discussions as well. Like I've said it before, if you're a CEO or you're somebody that's a VP status or executive team member, and you're on the work job site, and you see somebody that doesn't have their safety glasses or hard hats or the proper PPE, which is the last line of defense, it's always first one forgotten. If you aren't not stopping and having the conversation and letting them know, hey, it's very important. Your eyes are very important, or your hearing is very important. If you're not having those and making it meaningful and had that value to them, like, hey, you don't want to be, 45, 50 years old and not be able to hear your grandkids or your loved ones, military kind of did that with one of my ears, but and I lean in sometimes, and I still try to hear. Man, if I could hear like I used to, I'd love it. But we need to have those conversations. We need to be able to have those, whatever level you are. And that's where the culture is. You can have the best strategy. You can buy lean. You can buy Six Sigma. You can have, HOP. You can have BBS. You can have all these concepts. But if you don't have that strategy, or if you don't have that culture to go with that strategy, you're just not going anywhere. You're basically riding a bicycle in a pond. You're not going to get anywhere. You're not. At least not in mine. But for further discussions, let's hit me up in the chats. Talk to me, reach out, and maybe we can have some one-on-one. Invite some of you guys on the podcast. You don't have to be safety or in the safety field. If you're business-minded and you want to talk and discuss a few things, a few concepts, or even business, I treat EHS, again, you can say those letters any which way you want, as a business, because it is. It's a business within your business, and the business is keeping people healthy and safe while they're working for you and making you that profit. Because if not, you get injuries, you get incidences, you get accidents, your profit goes down. And no one wants that. No one goes to work to get hurt. At least, hopefully they don't. There are some few and far between that just want to be injured all the time, I think. But that's a whole different caveat. So thank you again for tuning in. I'm going to enjoy this beautiful day. Maybe some people here later this evening enjoying this with me. Just having a good time. I thank you for tuning in. And this is the second video, same, Valuetainment. I love Patrick, Bet, David, and the guys over there at Valuetainment. PBD podcast. Can't shout out them enough. Keep inspiring. You inspired me, and I'm grateful and thankful. Will Guidara, Unreasonable Hospitality. I mean, read that book. I've promoted that book everywhere I've went. Just keep on doing what you're doing. Being good people. PBD and the rest of you. Thank you. And that's me. Live safely.